What we have witnessed with 5.10, this is going to be a very spoiler-rich, quick review and overview of what I've witnessed. In my opinion, I've just played through the dark side and the light side. Both of these will be available hopefully soon, if they are not already, when you check this video as a separate videos, because the long live stream, which is now reaching 3 hours past, will probably be blocked by Disney. Thank you, Disney, for discovering licensed Star Wars music on my channel. So what did I think? Of course, spoiler alert, yes, I've already mentioned it. I loved the part where Malgus returned. I also loved that with your help, you helped me with the votes on the 2 posts on Facebook and Twitter to decide and go through the dark side Sith Warrior story first. Malgus's involvement there was so much better and so much involved. I don't know if I can come up with a better word for this. It's not the same Malgus that I loved from the trailer and from the first missions all the way back to 2011, 2012, right before I killed him because I didn't have any other chance on both the Republic and Empire version for the False Emperor. Malgus's involvement in the Empire story was really good. He was incredibly overpowered for the brief moment when he actually played my companion. As I've said during the playthrough, it felt like I was supposed to be his companion. At some point I left him to play on his own and he just annihilated 2 golds and a silver and then the next group of, I don't remember what set of NPCs. He was really strong and he's supposed to be strong. We still don't know all of the details of how and why he has been brought back. He didn't come back, he was brought back. There is more to be revealed. I can't really wait to see what happens. There is a lot of speculation that Malgus will betray us once again for the 3rd time. How and when this is going to happen and if, we don't know yet. But there is a lot of logic. I've always imagined how Malgus will return as a final boss in an epic operation at some point. And maybe in 6.0, this is a good chance to become reality. Otherwise, the story on Ossus was really good and interesting. We had a chance to encounter many old characters as well as some new ones. The new companions, Major Henry and Tao, Major Henry for the Empire and Tao for the Republic. They were very well developed characters, I dare say. We had a chance to hear a lot of lines from them while we were journeying on Ossus, just basic casual conversations during the gameplay outside of cutscenes. That's something I've been missing for many years from all the other companions, including the classic companions. They were completely silent and not part of the adventures. Whereas here on Ossus, it's as if Bauer finally heard us, the old veteran fans of the origin storylines, where you do something anywhere and your companion is constantly just babbling something behind on or next to you. Your companion is telling you what they feel, how they feel, why do they like this, don't they like this. In the very beginning, you had a chance to decide who do you want to support, the Republic or the Empire, and you get the same choice regardless of what faction you originally belong to, which means that if you play a Sith Warrior, you still get a chance to play for the Republic from this point forward. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, going to be a permanent choice, so be careful what you're choosing here. I don't think they will allow you to change your opinion later on, unless of course they decide to give you an option to return to the Empire for one reason or another. Let's say you joined Sith Warriors to the Republic. We had a chance to welcome companions back, in some cases just meet companions for the Republic version. During the story we encountered Doc and Nadia. I played with my Sentinel, so I had the opportunity to speak a lot with Doc. I have a thing for Doc. It's not a romantic thing, but as you've hopefully seen already or will see in the playthrough for the light side Jedi Knight, I picked all of the options involving Doc's name in the dialogues just for fun, to see what happens. It's my favorite healing companion, if not my favorite companion, and I was really glad to finally officially have him back and not have to rely on his hologram from the Odessen terminal. Nadia has really grown up and that's really cool. Jace came back through the Alliance mission for the Sith Warrior, and I have to admit that I was expecting a little bit more from her in terms of just how much she was supposed to have grown But I took the typical dark side decisions there, and I decided to kill her off. It was kind of dramatic, but a little bit rushed. It felt a little bit rushed, the conversation and the scene between my Sith warrior and Jason. Mind you, I actually had a romance with her many, many years ago before she disappeared. What else? I would like to say that the duration of the storyline is just as expected. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. If you take your time and do things slow for the first run, then when you know what to do and how to do it, and especially in the coming days when the population will severely drop down, because we had a lot of instances with a lot of people fighting for spawns today. So I expect this storyline down the line will take you something between 40 minutes and maybe an hour based on what class and spec you're playing, whether you have stealth, what kind of gear you have. In terms of gear, I've seen a few guys during the live stream complaining that they had trouble with some of the missions. Well, Vulkk doesn't exactly have the best gear available, but he managed very, very easily on pretty much all of the bosses. Same gear, but actually even worse, was transferred to Skorks for my dark side playthrough, and I had absolutely no trouble defeating anything. Yes, I did allow Malgus to die, and after that I died myself, but that was just because I was not paying attention to the HP bars and I was just enjoying Malgus's animations in the library. I have to say, overall, I really enjoyed the update. It was more in terms of story than what I personally expected, not in terms of duration or the amount of story, but the inclusion of old characters as well as the, I dare say, well-developed new ones. I'm targeting here Henry, Major Henry, and Tao for both factions. These characters were very well written, and we saw appearances from old Inquisitor. Okay, I won't name them because I won't be able to remember them, but yes, it was fun to see old characters returning and trying to remember where the hell we've seen them before and what were they involved with us in the past. If you haven't played through 5.10, it's free, guys. All you need is a level 70 character. If you have not played through the original stories, you might feel lost here and there, but the best part is that the Eternal Alliance is behind us. It's not being deleted, but instead we're actually moving past it and moving forward for both factions. And the conflict between Empire and Republic is back on the front lines. Starting up, and we're preparing for a full frontal war, I believe, or a full-fledged war. Something like that was the term that Eric Musco from BioWare used to describe what's coming in 6.0. A couple words of 6.0, there is absolutely no revealed date yet or what's included in the upcoming expansion. I have an article on Vulkk.com from, I believe, a couple months ago, maybe even longer than that. Oh, holy crap. Okay, that's not supposed to be part of the video, so I'll thank you later, Wonder, but thank you very much for that noble gesture. Wow. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 6.0. My personal expectation is that this is going to be a full expansion, at least as big as Revan, hopefully even bigger. And I personally expect to see it somewhere around October of 2019, maybe even November, God forbid December. I don't want to see an expansion for Star Wars The Old Republic in December. First, because it's going to be a very long time before we get it. And second, because Power always has problems with big content updates, and I expect there will be issues and exploits and bugs and glitches with OSUS and with 5.10, which the developers are not going to be able to fix before the holiday begins. Thank you, guys. This is the short overview that I wanted to make. I know that I stretched it a little bit to the left and right, but I wanted to say a few more extra words, not just about the 5.10 and the story. I will have a lot more content updated for already existing guides and a few new ones that I'm going to be working on probably in the next days, because right now it's 2 a.m. on what is it, Wednesday morning, and in just the mere 5 hours, Vulkk has to wake up as Alex and go to work. Bye-bye.